Next on UIWtv, find out what choir students are doing to adapt to new circumstances. Also, learn how you can help support small businesses during this time. All this and more coming up on UIWtv.
Hello, and welcome back to UIWtv. I'm Marin DeMaio, and it is Thursday, October 8th. We are so happy to be back to share the latest in news, sports, and entertainment with you. At UIW, we believe it is important for students to exercise their right to vote. This Monday was the deadline to register to vote here in Texas. If you are registered, don't forget to look out for early voting, which begins on Tuesday, October 13th and ends Friday, October 30th. If you plan on going in person to vote, polling stations are encouraging voters to wear a mask and social distance.
When you go and vote, decide, are you going to be early voting? Are you going to be waiting until election day? Are you going to be doing a mail-in ballot, right?
Deadline to request a mail-in ballot is Friday, October 23rd. Election day is Tuesday, November 3rd, and polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. UIW announced it has purchased 4 buildings on the Brooks campus that are the current home of the UIW School of Osteopathic Medicine. The university also purchased 3 additional adjacent buildings to facilitate the expansion of the university's other health professions programs, which are currently located in various parts of the city. The expansion means that UIW will now occupy 7 buildings covering 23.5 acres at Brooks. This acquisition continues to strengthen the UIW commitment to the underserved south side of San Antonio. Here at UIW, one of the COVID precautions put in place is the Cardinal Daily Health Check. Before anyone steps foot on campus, they were required to fill out the health check questionnaire. This involves recording their temperature. Kiosks are placed throughout the campus to help students complete the daily health check.
Not every student has access to a thermometer at the time of reporting, and if they don't, then it's kind of hard to get that.
Please get close for taking temperature. Normal temperature.
Based on the result, you will be provided a successful pass check sent to your email. Cardinals, please make sure to follow the requirement in order to keep yourself and your fellow Cardinals safe. For students across the nation, learning has been difficult during the pandemic. In San Antonio, one teen faces different challenges when it comes to her day-to-day learning. Here's Gabrielle with more on the teen's daily struggles.
She couldn't see the buttons.
Learning for Vanessa Guerrero has always been a challenge due to a visual impairment.
Learning for me is different than it is for everyone else because I feel like they're more independent and I need more help.
Vanessa has cone dystrophy, a rare eye disorder that affects the cone cells of the retina. This disorder affects her visual clarity, ability to see colors, and sensitivity to light.
My visual impairment makes it harder because I have to look at a screen all day, so at the end of the day my eyes hurt and my head hurts.
With her classes now being held on Zoom, Vanessa has had a hard time adjusting with her eyesight.
Like the mute button and all the commands and stuff that the Zoom has for the class or for her peers and her, she couldn't see all that.
Before Zoom, Vanessa already had a hard time with not straining her eyes. With being on Zoom so often, she has had to find the perfect balance between staying focused and letting her eyes rest. Despite the challenges that online schooling brings, Vanessa has remained very positive. She and her mom will continue to push through the difficulties that may come their way. For UIWtv, I'm Gabrielle Guerrero.
Well, it's that time again. Time to take a look at this week's social media question. This time, we wanted to know, what has been your favorite album of 2020? And what is your favorite song from that album? Stick around and we'll be right back after these short messages.
During any health crisis, self-isolation is necessary to separate oneself from others to flatten the curve by stopping the spread of any infectious disease. During your self-isolation, you should try some activities to continue your active state of mind. They can include writing a letter to a friend, binge watching a new TV series, or FaceTiming with your friends or family members at any time. If you are feeling that you are developing a wide range of emotions that is affecting your mood, thinking, or behavior, connect with the crisis counselor during any crisis or during your self-isolation. Text the National Crisis Text Line. Text HOME to 741-741 or call the Bexar County Crisis Line at 210-223-7233. Create a plan, find support, and stay informed.
Great to have you back here at UIWtv. I'm Zoe De Rosario, bringing you the latest updates in the entertainment world. Like many organizations, the UIW Choir is adjusting to a new way of meeting. Marin De Mayo reports on how choir is continuing to sing despite the current circumstances.
Ready and one.
COVID-19 has altered the way choirs practice and perform all around the world. Here at UIW, Cardinal Chorale adjusts to the new age of singing. Instead of singing in only the classroom, students now rehearse outside as well.
Singing outside is a real pain sometimes, especially because we cannot hear each other as well as we are used to inside.
Rehearsing outside is just one of the many safety precautions implemented by choir director Gokelman.
Because of what we know about aerosol transmission, and especially from singing, we have put the choir into small groups and rehearsed them just in their small groups or different sections outside or in very large rooms.
Special masks are also given to the choir students to use during the rehearsals and concert performances.
This is a singer's mask, which basically means you have enough range of motion to open your mouth and sing with your jaw dropped.
Choir students understand the importance of creating music.
Whenever we sing together, it just feels so magical and so powerful, and I just love to see how happy people get whenever they see us sing.
Mr. Gokelman will continue implementing new and unique strategies in order to keep creating music during these trying times.
Music gives us a sense of community and participation and belonging.
For UIWtv, I'm Marin De Mayo.
Self-isolation may be taking a toll on many people's mental health. Hobbies like reading, binge-watching TV shows, and perfecting other skills are just a few activities taking place during quarantine. One college student is managing to keep a level head by using her love for makeup as an escape.
I seek therapy in doing my makeup, and after I do a full face, I feel a lot better.
After she completes a picture-perfect makeup look, Brenda captures high-quality snapshots for Instagram. It's important to keep yourself occupied with safe and constructive activities during self-isolation, and Brenda definitely has a cool and creative way to stay occupied during quarantine in a way that best suits her interests. On a much sadder note, people across the world are grieving the passing of the classic rock legend Eddie Van Halen, of the band Van Halen, who passed away Tuesday morning after losing his battle with lung cancer. Eddie Van Halen was known as the virtuoso of the rock guitar and inspired many artists we know today to pick up their guitars. He is remembered by his family, fans, and many other classic rock legends. Don't go anywhere. UIWtv will return shortly with sports news.
Man, what a nice day outside. Nature's so lit. That was a nice picnic. I don't want to leave this here, but the trash can's so far.
Hey man, you're not leaving that there, are you? Because if so, that would be not cool. And though it might not seem like that much, a little bit can go a long way. And a little littering is always too much littering. And littering is not lit.
for sticking around. I'm Zoe De Rosario, here to bring you the latest in sports news both on and off campus. The women's soccer team released their spring 2021 schedule. The season kicks off with a 3-game homestand at Gail and Tom Benson Stadium, beginning with Houston Baptist on February 12th. The Cardinals will play 11 games over 6 weeks with hopes of finishing in the top 4 to qualify for the Southland Conference Championship. Our athletic department has announced new updates for UIW football. Abigail Bellis reports on the 2021 football schedule.
The UIW Athletic Department released the new season schedule for the 2021 football season that will start up on February 20th as the Cardinals take on the Sam Houston State University Bearcats. The University of the Incarnate Word's athletic department have been taking safety precautions due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but the Cardinals are ready to get back in gear, according to athletic director Richard Duran.
I have no doubt we're going to rise to the occasion and have a very successful spring. And really, at the end of the day, what I've been preaching to the staff is this is for all the student athletes. Our student athletes deserve an opportunity to compete.
If you are interested in seeing the Cardinal football team tackle their season, head over to uiwcardinals.com/football for more information. This has been Abigail Velez reporting for UIWtv.
The NCAA announced that the 2021 Women's Final Four tournament will move forward despite a year of canceled events. UIW will be co-hosting the tournament alongside UTSA here in San Antonio. The games will take place on April 2nd and April 4th at the Alamo Dome. Professional sports leagues have been quite eventful. In the NBA, the LA Lakers took a 3-1 lead over the Miami Heat this past Tuesday. Looking at the NFL, the Houston Texans just fired their head coach, Bill O'Brien, after a 4-loss start to the season. In the MLB, the Houston Astros suffered a loss against the Oakland A's last night. The Astros still lead the playoff series 2-1. So Marin, I hear we have a new segment. What's that all about?
That's right, Zoe. This new segment showcases small businesses. We here at UIWtv encourage our viewers to support small businesses here in San Antonio. Alyssa Munoz to show us where we can show our support to this week.
On this edition of Support Small Businesses, I visited RT Bubble Tea and Eats on the city's northwest side and spoke with owner Marissa Chow to get an inside look on what the business is all about and how the pandemic has changed business as usual.
Well, the story of RT is that my business partner and I, we grew up in San Antonio and also in Taiwan, and we've always had to drive like hours out of San Antonio just to get a cup of like a decent, authentic bubble tea. So after a while, we had a dream that one day we want to have something that's within the city, because we also spent our childhood in Taiwan where the bubble tea actually started.
Additionally, Chow shared with me the way in which she and her staff were affected as they adjusted to a new way of conducting their business when the pandemic struck back in March.
As everyone has suffered through, we had to put our store on a temporary hold for a month of April, just so we can get ourselves up, like the plexiglasses, figure out the CDC guideline, because at that time nobody knows what's going on, and restaurants what precautions we have to take. So we have masks, we have gloves. The owners and I, we decided to put that out of our pocket versus having the staff to buy them. So it's a bit of a challenge, but we're going through.
And as for how Chow and her team are working to keep customers safe?
If you're walking in, we just recently opened up for in-store ordering, but before we had contactless curbside delivery. You can order through the app, and you can either come and pick up at the store, just more of a grab and go, or if you need it, we can bring it to your vehicle in the parking lot, so you don't even have to get out of your car. If you have little ones with you, or you have your pet, your fur babies with you, you don't want to leave them in the car, that's understandable. So do all of that is free of charge. There's no extra like curbside delivery fee or any service fee that we've seen. Sometimes they may have other stores.
Lastly, here's where you can find RT Bubble Tea and Eats.
Oh, we are everywhere. We try to make ourselves available on Instagrams. The hashtag is just hashtag DrinkRT. Our website, which is drinkt.com, and also via Facebook. So we're everywhere. And if you kind of don't want to drive out, you can also find us on delivery partners like Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber, or Postmates.
See you on the next edition of Support Small Businesses. Don't forget to visit RT. And for UIWtv, I'm Melissa Munoz.
It's time to take a look at some of the responses submitted by our viewers from the social media question we asked earlier in the show. We asked, what has been your favorite album of 2020, and what is your favorite song from that album? Diego Sabales replied, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon by Pop Smoke, and his favorite song off the album is Got It On Me. SERIN Gupta says Dreamland by Glass Animals. And Antonio Martinez loves After Hours by The Weeknd. I guess if I had to pick one, it would probably be Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. Thank you all for your awesome submissions. We love to hear from all of you. Well, that's all we got for you this week, but be sure to tune in again on October 22nd when we return with a brand new broadcast. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay safe. With UIWtv, I'm Marin DeMaio.